Hey guys, it's Karina with Karina Loves to Plan. Welcome back to my channel. So come join me for not really a coffee with Karina, more of a tea with Karina. It's too late in the day for a coffee for me. But I wanted to actually just discuss with you guys something that was actually playing on my mind today before I filmed anything. Normally I try and film an extra video on Thursday, whether it be a recipe plan with me or some different way of using your planner. But then I was like, I don't really feel like it. I don't want to plan. I just didn't want to do it. And then I thought, wait a second. I'm not the only person who ever feels that way. Especially now with the current situation of the world. A lot of us are feeling like we don't have uses for our planner. What the heck are we going to do with it? I don't feel like decorating. What do you do when you're feeling that way? So I asked myself that question and I thought, this is actually a great video to film, and I actually have motivation to film this because I feel that way a lot. There are days where I feel like I just don't want to plan. I just don't want to decorate my planner. And one of the things that can kind of help you get out of that is don't force yourself to plan if you don't want to. Use your planner the way you feel like you're using it then. If you don't want to use it that week, don't force yourself to. If you guys hear a lot of noise in the background, that's my kids. That's, I guess, the key thing. Don't force yourself to use your planner if you don't want to, because forcing yourself to do that is going to make you lose love for your planner. And that's the last thing you want. So then, what happens when you're kind of in a planner slump and you don't know how to decorate? Well, I've experienced that a few times, and when that happens, I take a lot of inspiration from people on Instagram or YouTube. So some of the themes that they've come up with, some of just the examples they have. And I try to find a theme that would work for me. And that's normally helped. Sometimes though, one of the things that keeps me in that slump is thinking my spreads are never going to look as good as everybody else's on Instagram or YouTube. Don't compare yourself to other people. Everybody has a different style for how they plan, and everybody has a different way of using the stickers. You have to make it work for you, and not every single planner is going to look the same. That's the beauty of it. So if you find that you're in a planner slump because you're afraid that your planner won't look as good as everybody else's, don't worry about it. Plan the way you want to plan. Put the stickers down the way you want to put them down, and that's all you need to do. Absolutely. So, two things I've already covered here. One, if you don't feel like planning, don't force yourself to. Two, if you're in a planner slump, one, try and get inspiration from other people on Instagram. And if you are finding inspiration, but you're getting the planner slump because you're afraid your planner won't look so good, don't worry about it. All right? And then the third thing I guess I wanted to cover today, and I'm noticing how much I'm touching my face while I do this video, but one of the other things that I wanted to cover today was, how am I going to use my planner in 2020 during the whole coronavirus pandemic? I've seen a lot of posts from people where they have no idea what to still use their planners for because they don't have any plans or anything. There's been a lot of videos out there, and I think Heather Kell of Kell the Plan and Mary Ellen of Planning with Bumble have done great videos on what to do, but I just wanted to make a couple of suggestions for how I'm still even using my planner. You guys have seen my After the Pen videos, and I'm still putting in my chores, my daily to-dos, and things like that. If you don't have chores and things to do like that, maybe you could just track what you do on a day-to-day basis. Even if it is something like, I napped for 7 hours today, I got up at this time, went to bed at this time. Even if you track the number of Netflix shows you do, even if you track the number of movies or books you've read, just track something, because you're going to want to look back on this time and be like, you know what, I got through how many movies, I got through how many shows, I got through how many books. Track what you've done on a day-to-day basis. It may not look exactly like what you planned your planner to look like, but it'll be actually nice to be able to look back on it and say, this is how I made the most of my days during the pandemic. This is how I coped. Not everybody's is going to look exactly the same. Some people thrive in situations like this and are able to get a lot done. Some other people who have a different type of coping strategy may not get as much done, and that's okay. But to be able to keep track of that, to be able to look back on that, I think would be something so valuable down the road. And, you know, if you want to keep track of stats, maybe not necessarily the best thing because it might be slightly depressing, but keep track of stats, keep track of your own stats. If there is a habit that you want to create, if there is something you want to do for yourself, putting it in your planner is a great way to track that. So there are still plenty of uses for your planner that don't necessarily have to do with going to the groceries, FaceTiming. Well, you know, even those are great to keep in your planner as well. Meal planning, you guys have seen me do meal planning, seen me do my chores, decluttering. There's still so many ways you could use your planner. So your 2020 planner is not going to go to waste as long as you find a system that works for you. Okay, so really, very, very quick video. I just wanted to jump in here. Also, one of the things that I'm using my planner for is as a journal. So my mini happy planner horizontal, I'll link a couple of videos down below. But I decorate this as a journal. And you'll be able to see, I don't know how much you can see there, but I write in it on a day-to-day basis. And it's a small enough size that I don't feel overwhelmed by how much I have to write in here. And then in the monthly spread, I actually write down one thing I am grateful for every day. And I feel like it's such an important thing to look at today, this time during what's going on right now. It's so important to try and find something positive in your day-to-day. And, you know, not every day may be good, but there is something good in every day. I love that quote. Love that quote. One of the other things I'm keeping track of, if I go into my other mini happy planner, I still have bills to pay, but now I want to keep track of, you know, maybe the things that I've done with the kids. Today I baked with them. Today I got a delivery today from a new baking company that I, you know, have never ordered from before. I have a FaceTime date with friends. I am trying a new recipe. So there's all these things that I still want to keep track of in my planners. And it'll be great for me to look back on this and see, you know what, this is how I coped during this time. So make use of your planners. Your planners won't be going to waste during this time. You can do and put absolutely anything in your planners. All right, so just a quick video, and I feel like I need to do another recap here. So one, if you don't ever feel like you want to plan, don't force yourself to. Two, if you're in a planner slump, find inspiration on Instagram, but don't compare yourselves. Don't compare your spreads to everybody else's spreads. Comparison is the thief of joy. And then thirdly, your 2020 planner is not going to go to waste. You can still have so many uses for your 2020 planner. Keeping track of what movies you're watching, what books you're reading, if you're keeping track of steps, how many steps you're doing, keeping track of workouts. If you want to try and lose weight during this time, this is a great way to keep track of that as well. If you want to keep track of how many places you've ordered takeout from, how many new businesses that you supported, how many local businesses you're ordering from, do that too. There's so many different things you could do with your planner. All right, this was a really quick one. I didn't even get to have a sip of my tea. This is a mix of the Teeny Skinny Tea, and I mixed it with an Arbonne Strawberry Fizz. So they're just delicious together. There we go. But that is it for me. I just wanted to jump on here quickly and see how you're all doing. Hope you're all doing okay. And just let you know that we all go through those planner slumps. And it's okay. All right? If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and have a great day.